What's up, everybody? How y'all doing? It is your diva and knowledge lady Mocha, represent Mocha's Cafe de Paris, where I'm always going to serve you wisdom, knowledge, and spiritual awareness. Want to big ups to all of my ladies for subscribing to my channel, Mocha's Ladies Lounge. Of course, this is my space personally just for women. I feel like we need to have a space of our own where women can sit down and talk about things and issues that are pertaining to Black women. And I know sometimes doing that in the chat room where there is a lot of men and a lot of the other opposite sex, it can sometimes be a little sticky. That is my one and only sis up in the building. How you doing, Poetic? What's up, sis? I'm off this week, so I can definitely get with you in classic for sure, for sure, for sure. I know I kept putting y'all off, but I can do it this week here because I don't work at all this week. So I want to get with y'all tomorrow. And I want us to definitely get together on this channel because I've been neglecting this channel here. I haven't been putting much into the ladies, Mocha's Ladies Lounge, and I want to start doing that. I've been putting a lot of time and effort into my other channel, but I definitely want to get this channel up and going. So I definitely want to get with y'all tomorrow night, if that's probable. So that's why I'm gonna go ahead and try to get everything out the way today. That way I don't have any interruptions because I want to get with y'all tomorrow night while I'm on my little vacation. Child, I'm so glad to be away from the inmates. I don't know what to do with myself, honey. I am so glad to be away from them. I'm telling you, it is no joke working in a correctional facility. It will make you appreciate your freedom. It will make you appreciate, all of your, all of your freedom, all of your peace of mind. I'm telling you, when you are a correctional officer, after a while, you start feeling incarcerated. So if you want to join me this morning, Kels, you can. If you're not doing anything, if you're at work, I understand. But if you want to come up here, you're welcome to join me. But yeah, I have to start putting more time and energy into this channel here because I've been putting too much time and energy into my other channel. I really want to get my movement started for the ladies. So I'm going to really start putting more time into this channel. But I definitely want to talk about these YouTube beefs, honey, because these YouTube beefs, I've been peeping from the bushes. I've been peeping from the clouds. And when I say, honey, these YouTube beefs, they got it going on, okay? Y'all okay? Y'all your lunch break? Okay, it don't matter because I'm gonna get with y'all. That's a promise. I promise you, we will do a live tomorrow night. So I'm gonna send you the link. I'm gonna set everything up today and all of that. So I'm gonna get with y'all. I want us to do our upload tomorrow night, and I will be more than welcome to have y'all with me tomorrow night. So just get ready for tomorrow night. I say we can do it like around because I want to do it when I know everybody's settled and I don't have any interruptions. So I say let's do it for no, because I'm probably gonna do my hair. So I want to do kind of early. If we can do it for like Uh, Either way, I'll get back to you on a time, but we're going to do it because I don't want to give a time right now. I want to sit and think and marinate on it. I want to give a time that I know I could agree to because I don't like being a person of broken promises where I keep giving a time and then I don't never fall through and I got to send an email, girl, I got to counsel. So let me think when I get off of here when would be a good time, and I'll email you and Ruby because Ruby did hit me up when we were supposed to do something last week, but I just kept having BS come up on my end. But I should be good tomorrow. I'm off this week, praise the Lord. But I want to talk about these YouTube beefs. When I say everybody is airing each other's dirty laundry, oh my gosh, I'm just peeping from the sidelines. And I'm listening to all of these people just talk so ill of each other. And these are people that was cool with each other at one point in time. These were people that were friends. I'm peeping and sitting back from the clouds and listening to all of these content creators, especially these females, going in on each other. And I'm like, what the hell is going on? Y'all was just kicking it on each other panel a couple of months ago. Y'all was on each other. Y'all was caping for each other like a couple of months ago. How you notice all of these people that are caping with each other? Now they can't stand each other now. Okay, it's bad enough. It's one thing you can't stand each other, right? But I can never understand. Why when you get upset with someone, the main thing you want to do is go live and air each other's dirty laundry. I'm still not comprehending that. Well, what happened to just okay? You don't fuck with me, I don't fuck with you. You know, I'm going my way. What happened to just dead in the situation and moving on? That's called being a grown ass woman. What happened to the grown ass woman in the building to where we cannot just, go our separate ways without airing each other's dirty laundry? To me, that is breaking the sister code. What's up, Cicely? How are you? She's your queen to be. My queen's up in the building. Appreciate you, Cicely. I've been watching you. I know you've been very loyal to my channel. I so appreciate you. Thank you for being supportive of my movement. I know I don't always comment to y'all, but I be peeping who's always keeping up with me, who's always commenting, and I have to get better at reaching out to my subscribers and letting them know I appreciate them. And I'm noticing I don't always say anything, but trust me, I notice my regulars. Every pastor of the congregation notices regulars church members, okay? You know the ones who be tithing and paying them 10%, and you know the ones who don't be tithing, and that's why they sit way to the back of the goddamn church because they think you ain't gonna notice. But if you're a real pastor, oh, you be paying attention to your church members, okay? So big up to my queens. I'm so excited about this channel here because I'm gonna be bringing my ladies on board. I'm going to be bringing Kels on board. I'm going to be bringing Classic on board. So I'm excited about this channel here. I just want to really start doing more for ladies. You know, I'm always rocking for the guys, and I'm going to always continue to do that. But I just want to start putting more energy into my ladies because a lot of ladies been reaching out to me like, Mocha, this is going on, that's going on. Can you talk about this? Can you talk about that? So this is our separate space where no men are in here. So, hey, honey, you can pull your lace wigs off and talk comfortably, and you ain't got to worry about nobody throwing shade at you. Hey, we could let it all out. You know what I mean? We could take off the bra, we could take off the panties and just let it air out. Okay, we ain't got no men up in here judging us for what we do or what we talk about. Okay, so I definitely want to get into the sisterhood because I know y'all ladies, y'all can relate. The sisterhood culture is damaged, and we're going to talk about that. But these YouTube beefs, this is why you have to be very careful with who you decide to invite into your life and build a friendship up with. It's very important. It's very imperative as a woman that you not only use your common sense, but we also have what's called the gift of intuition. And it's unfortunate that a lot of us as Black women, we're not using the gift of intuition. If you're in the presence of a female and you just don't like the bitch for some other reason, you just don't like her. She never did nothing to you. You ever been in a situation where you just don't like somebody and you don't know why? That's happened to me 2-3 times. I'm not one of those women that go around looking for somebody to hate. Either I'ma naturally click with you. I'm not. Like I said, when I talk to Poetic, we just naturally click. There was no forced energy. I don't know about y'all. I don't like forced energy. Either I like you or I don't. And I'm not going to lie. I will snitch on myself because I didn't always do what my first right mind told me to do. I'm not going to sit up here acting holier than thou. Like, I always use my common sense because, to be honest, I didn't. I gave hoes chances that did not deserve chances, okay? I gave hoes friendship that did not deserve friendship. Okay. I'ma just be frank. All right. Or whatever. So sometimes we're obliged to giving people a chance because they're nice to us. And just because somebody's being nice to you, that don't mean they are real for you. There's a difference. There's a difference when somebody's being nice to you and they are real for you. And you got to know the difference. And especially when you're a humble type of woman, where you're not where you're not, when you don't have this pit bull mentality where you always put the grill at somebody, where you always put the snap off and jump off the deep end, where you're a humble spirited woman like myself, because I know that Black women, we get a lot of heat for being, overly dramatic and being extra, being drama filled. But the truth is, I totally believe women that are passionate get mistaken for being dramatic. I don't think I'm a dramatic person. I'm very passionate and I'm hell bent on fakery. Okay, you got a lot of people that want to preach fuckery, but I'm very hell bent on fakery. I don't like fake shit none whatsoever. I can't stand it. If you're going to be a bitch, stay one. All that you flip flopping, 1 minute you nice, the next minute you bitching. I can't deal with lukewarm bitches. Excuse my French, but this is the space where I feel like I can keep it real. I can let my hair down. Everybody knows when I say bitches, I'm not talking about all Black women. I'm talking about these ones who act like bitches, okay? And that's so true, Cicely. Cicely said, let me post that, honey, cause I know you and Poetic, y'all gonna drop some jewels in here. And for all the other women who come into space, you are welcome to drop your jewels. This is our home where we can say what we want to say and do what we want to do and not have to worry about suffering repercussions and all of that. When you're humble, you are a target. Honey, you just dropped some jewels, baby, because when I tell you, me being humble has made me a target. Yes, Jesus. Okay. If I was passing around a congregation plate, I will make sure I put Cicely name on it, and I will be putting some ties in that collection plate, because that is the God's honest truth. I have been the target of the wrong type of women because I've been humble. And now I've gotten to a different space now to where I've learned that you have to be very, very careful with these toxic sisterhood culture. And it's spreading more than COVID. The toxic sisterhood culture is spreading more than COVID. Okay? Because you got a lot of broken, damaged Black women out here that are trying to build friendships with other broken Black women. And I'll be honest, a lot of some of the friendships that I have built came from the fact that I was in a dark place. I was in a broken place. And I know a lot of my sisters out there, if you really, really, really sit back and think and reflect, some of the toxic friendships you built over the years was from women who was in a bad space like you are. You feel me? Because we got to get rid of this toxic sisterhood culture. A lot, if you really think about it, Kels and Sis and Cicely, if you really think about it, a lot of the friendships that we have built, looking back, you're probably in a different place now because of your maturity and your mindset. But think about it. A lot of these damaged ass bras you got close to was because you was in a damaged place. And I will snitch and tell on myself because I was in a damaged ass place when I got close to some of these bras. Okay. I got close to some of these women. Either you get close to certain women because either y'all both are going through rocky relationships with men. That has a way of causing y'all both to bond, because she going through something with her man, you going through something with your man. So a lot of Black women are building bonds in friendship based on the fact that they both are just going through some shit. You know what I mean? and going through toxic relationships with their men. So that's one. Two, another reason that you have some black women that bond with each other is because, let's be honest, a lot of black women do not get along with their family members. Let's be frank. We all know a sister who do not have a good relationship with her mom, do not get along with her does not get along with her sisters. Let me tell y'all ladies something. Do not kick it with broads who have bad relationships with their family. If they will turn on their family, they will turn on you. Hello. Poetic says, me too, I was down on my luck and it was my desperate attempt to have friends. Yes, girl, that's what I'm saying. We dropping jewels up in here. And that's what I'm saying. This is why I want us to talk about this, because we're going into 2021, ladies. We cannot afford to be picking up these toxic ass sisterhood relationships. It's not doing us any good. We can't afford to go in 2021 and still building bonds with broken ass black women. Because let's face it, it's a lot of broken ass black women out here. And it's nothing to get offended about. It's just the truth. Let me make sure I'm going to share this, y'all, because it's some people who probably don't know that I'm going live today. So I'm going to share this because it's some sisters out here who need to hear this content, y'all. They need to hear this. They need to hear it. They need to hear it. Let me make sure I share it. So, I like I said, I definitely, I want sisters to be healed, because believe it or not, let me tell y'all women something. Part of healing yourself, do you know healing yourself comes with healing others? Do y'all not realize that every time I talk to y'all, I'm healing myself? I'm learning myself, that, believe it or not, a lot of this content that I do, I'm not writing this stuff down. I'm learning, like y'all are sitting there listening to me learning. I'm learning like y'all. So it's kind of like I'm learning from my own self as well. And I go back and I listen to the content that I do, and that's how I learn. I learn from my own self as well. And I think part of what a lot of black women are not understanding is that a lot of us are damaged ass goods. And the reason we are damaged goods is because we have too much goddamn pride to admit that we are fucked up and we done made some fucked up ass choices. That's why a lot of us cannot heal. We cannot heal. The Lord cannot heal what you don't reveal. When you try to sit up there and act like everything is all good, and you try to act unbothered and unpressed, that's when things start caving down on you. Cicely says, I need so much Facebook friends and Instagram friends because I feel like there's so much undercover hidden agendas and jealousy going on, and I'm good. Girl, you ain't never lied. Now, that's one thing I'm trying to battle myself, is getting off that social media thing. Because let me tell you something. There's so many people on social media that is lying and trying to make their life sound so damn grand. And you start looking at yourself like, damn, am I doing enough? You know, everybody up here is doing so great, and here it is, I still feel like, you know, I'm in a struggle, I'm not growing. People will have you doubting yourself based on their lies. It's a lot of people on social media that's lying, trying to make their life sound so grand. It ain't grand like that, because the toxic sisterhood culture, we have learned to be fair through lies, because it's other black women out here not being truthful. They're only discussing the great parts of their lives. They're not discussing what's really going on. You get what I'm saying? They're only talking about the shit that makes them look good. Okay? They're not up here posting, you know, all of the bad moments. They're not on Instagram. They're not on Facebook. They're not up here posting, you know, things that are really going on in their lives. They're only posting the stuff that they want us to believe. That's okay, Kels. I understand y'all at work. Y'all got to go make your bread, so I feel you. But it's going to be up here. So for those of you who cannot stay the whole time, I totally get it. And exactly, and that's the thing. People know who you really are. I be sitting up here listening to these women. watching how they be making a fool out of themselves and just straight up lying. I'm like, nah, you know what? Come on now. Now we all know that Greg do not be paying your bills, honey. Why are you posting this damn knockoff Michael Kors bag that he probably done stole from you somewhere? Okay, we know Greg don't be giving you no money like that, boo boo. Somebody's always gonna lie and perpetrate, but it has everything to do with low self-esteem. And I totally believe as Black women, a lot of us always feel like we have to prove a point. We have to prove that we are above and beyond, because Black women, we do catch a lot of heat. We catch a lot of heat. We're told we're not good enough. We're told that we are the bottom of the totem pole. We are told these things. So we always feel like we got to prove a point. We always got to prove like we got it going on. We always got to prove that, you know, we're doing well. And it's costing us. It's costing us to have to keep proving a point. You know, and this is where self satisfaction, this is where you have to learn how to build that, because you will become very frustrated with trying to prove that, you know, you're successful, that you're doing so grand with your life. You know, it takes a lot of energy to have to constantly keep, you know, putting up this front like you're good and everything is great, you know. And it comes a point when you get tired of always trying to impress and trying to always put up this front, especially when internally you are suffering. You're not really happy in the space you're in. You're only making yourself, let me say something, you're only making yourself more miserable when you try to act like you're so happy. Your image will not compensate for who you really are internally. If you are straight miserable and you feel like your life is at a standstill, you're not growing, you're not progressing, it don't matter how much you post and front and flex on Instagram or Facebook, you still gonna be miserable. When you log off of the computer, when you log out of Facebook and Instagram, you still got to deal with your realities. And I really wish Black women would aim to be happy versus pretending to be happy. I'm tired of us pretending. Do you really want to be happy or pretend you happy? Do you really want to be successful or pretend you successful? Do you really want to have a good relationship or pretend you have a relationship? So it's time for us to get out of the. I'm not. There's plenty of content creators that's talking about Black female fuckery. I'm not concerned about that. You know where you can go if you want to hear more about Black female fuckery. What about Black female fakery? That's what I want to discuss. I'm tired of Black women having to pretend that they are really secure within themselves, and they're really not secure within themselves. It is time for Black women to start healing, because we do ourselves a disservice. We do our children a disservice. We do Black men a disservice when we're not being truthful to who we truly are. We do ourselves a disservice, you know. And that's where this topic of the toxic sisterhood comes into play. And the reason I also thought it was imperative to talk about this, because it's going to be other toxic Black women that's going to be trying to coach other toxic Black women. You won't know that you're a toxic Black woman unless somebody points those traits out and helps you to be able to identify with that. A lot of us, we don't think we toxic. We do not think that we are toxic. And the truth is, we are. We are toxic. And there's a couple of signs where if you don't think you're toxic, there's some character traits that you can examine for you to come to that realization if you're really toxic or not. I know one of the things is that, you know, if you're constantly always bonding with women that are on a down outs, if you're always befriending women that are in the struggle, if you're always befriending women that got just as much problems as you, that's a clear indication that you may very well be toxic. Just being frank with you. That's a clear indication that you may be toxic. You keep picking up females that got problems with their family, got problems with their man. And I strongly believe this too. A lot of sisters are not going to admit to this, but I'm going to tell you something. I'm guilty by association. Sometimes the reason we as Black women, the reason why we claim to broken Black women, to be honest with you, sometimes being around another Black woman who's in a worse off predicament than you makes you feel as if you have accomplished something that she didn't. A lot of sisters are not going to admit that. But sometimes Black women have leverage to overlook their failures when they feel like there's another Black woman that's doing worse or has the same level of struggle that she does. Because when you're around another Black woman that's doing better than you, sometimes it can feel intimidating. Sometimes it can make you feel less than when you're around another Black woman that's in a better predicament, that's in a better situation. Sometimes it can make you feel inferior. And this is the reason why you have some Black women that build bonds with other Black women that are in toxic relationships, because it makes you feel better about yourself. When you are around a sister who doing worse than you or doing just as bad as you, sometimes it makes you feel better about yourself. For instance, like, if, just an example, let's say if you're a married woman and yes, you and your husband may have problems, y'all have issues, whatever, all marriages have problems, and you're friends with the single female who has like 3 kids and she's raising those children by herself. And she's constantly complaining to you about how, she has to do everything on herself, how her baby daddies are not really supportive, how they really don't have her back. She has to be the mother and the father. Looking at her struggle will make you feel better about your situation. Now, this is not to take away the fact that your husband probably out there cheating around on you. Your husband probably doing stuff he shouldn't be doing. But at the same time, listening to this other sister struggle over here makes you feel like you don't have it that bad. And makes you feel like you really do not have it that bad when you listen to her struggle. So this is an example of sometimes being exposed as a Black woman, when we are exposed to the failures of other Black women, it makes us feel confident about ourselves. And I'm not saying that's a good thing. You should not only seek confidence by observing how bad other Black women are doing around you, but this is one of the factors as to why we as Black women pick up other broken Black women. We feel like if another Black woman is doing just as bad as we are or is struggling as much as we are, we feel like, well, we might not be doing that bad. You see other people you see another woman going through worse than you. And that's another thing with the toxic sisterhood culture. There's so much competitiveness. There's a lot of competitiveness with Black women. There's a lot of competitiveness. We are always trying to compete with one another. We are always trying to, outdo one another. It's always been that competitive spirit of, okay, I can have what she has, or I can do better than what she's doing. I can have just as much as she has. Black women are always competing with one another. We've always have been very competitive by spirit. And that competitiveness comes from the fact that a lot of us have low self-esteem. That is the reason why we always are constantly trying to one up each other. Like I said, I see it all the time with these YouTube beefs. A lot of these women that have fell out on these YouTube platforms, all of them was friends at some point in time. And my thing is, for you to air somebody's dirty laundry, that means you knew a lot about this person. Y'all was friends at one point in time. Your enemy just don't air out your damn dirty laundry like that. Your friend had to know something about you to put all your business out there. People who put your business out there are people that you have confided in one point in time. Yes, it's very dangerous, Cicely. People who air your business, they were your friends. These were people you kicked it with. This was people you went to lunch with. These were people you had on your channel, you had on your platform. These were people that you were solid with at one point in time. Y'all wasn't always, it's not your enemies that you put your business out there, because your enemies have not been close enough to you to put your business out there. It is people that you were friends with. People who knew everything about you in and out. And as soon as y'all fall out, these hoes want to go break the sisterhood code. They want to break the sisterhood code and tell all the business. Oh, well, that's why when your man was locked up, I had to lend you money to pay your light bill. That is what these hoes, that's what they do. That is what they do. You cannot expect them to look out for you. When they do look out for you, trust and believe, the moment you cross them or you make them mad, they are going to air it out. They're going to tell everybody how much they helped you. Now, this is the crazy part. They're not going to tell nobody what you did for them. It's going to be about what they had to do for you. That's what it's going to be about. I've had females do that to me. I have females that I have looked out for. These hoes turn around and said what they did for me, like, oh, our friendship was not a two-way street. Oh, you didn't come to me with your business. You act like I told you all of just my business. First of all, I'm not about to sit here and put all my business to somebody who's holding back and retaining information on me, because that's going to let me know that you got an agenda. So my thing is this. I hate when females no longer deal with each other, no longer, or don't have a friendship. They want to say what they did for you. Because my thing is, okay, well, if you did so much for me, then damn, you the stupid one. Because why would you be in a friendship with somebody where you had to do everything for them? You had to teach them everything. That's how you know it's a lie. Whenever another black woman says everything she had to do for another black woman, you already know she lied, because black women, we're not about to do something for somebody who don't do nothing for us. Hello. So whenever I hear another black female talk about what another black female, how much she did for her, that's a lie. Because black women is not about to sit there and look out for females who don't look out for them. It's a two-way street, honey. So y'all can miss me with that. Soon as y'all fall out and go separate ways, she want to tell everything she did for you, like you did nothing for her. I lent her money. Oh, so I never lent you money? Where her man was locked up. Oh, so your man ain't never had a problem and I had to be there for you when your man was down and out? They want to tell your business about what you went through with your man. Let me tell you something. Everybody out here who got a man going through something, okay? And as soon as we fall out, you use that opportunity to air all of my dirty, all my marital issues, my issues with me and my man, whatever. Like you didn't have none with yours, because black women, we all discuss personal things when it comes to friendship. I'm up here telling you what I go through with my man. You up here sharing with me what you go through with your man. That is what friends do. You should be able to vent, let your guard down, be able to discuss anything, and not have to worry about it being thrown back up in your face as soon as we have a falling out or disagreement. Let me tell you something. If you have a fallout or a disagreement with somebody and they take that and run with it, instead of coming to you like a grown-ass woman and discussing it with you, that lets you know they've been hating on you all along. They was just waiting for the opportunity to present itself to air your dirty damn laundry. They was waiting for you to cross them. They was waiting for you to renege on them. They was sitting and hoping and waiting and praying for something to go wrong so they can use it against you. Because a real grown-ass woman gonna go to you. If y'all are friends, she gonna come to you. She gonna put her pride aside and say, sis, we need to fix this. One thing about me, I have apologized. If I thought I did a friend in or whatever, I'm going to come to you and be on my grown woman shit and apologize and be like, you know what, girl, honestly, I was going through some other shit that had nothing to do with you, and I took it out on you, and I was wrong. That's called being a grown-ass woman. But a lot of these females out here, they not built for to be a grown woman. You got females out here who think because they got kids, who think because they married, that they automatically grown. You can have all of that and still be childish. You have a lot of childish ass grown women out here. Only thing that makes them grown is their age. By law, they're illegal. They could buy alcohol, they could buy cigarettes, they can vote. Other than that, they still have the mindset of a little girl. It's time for us as Black women, we have to mature. We have to go to a whole nother level in life. Because where we are on the losing end right now. Black women, this is not our winning season. Jada Pinkett done ruined that for us ever since the goddamn entanglement. This is not our winning season. We have to stop making excuses. Excuses are not working for us anymore. And you have to pay attention to the message that you have to pay attention to the vibe. Always listen to the vibe of people. Listen to the vibe and pay attention to the little things, to the little shade that people be throwing. You got to pay attention to stuff like that. Or it's the little things that we tend to overlook as Black women. We tend to overlook a lot of the little things when it comes to each other. Your homegirl being nice, nasty, throwing a little bit of shade here and there. You call her to tell her something positive. You call her to tell her you bought you a new house. You call her to tell her you got your new job. And she's shading it by saying little, funky stuff. Oh, well, you know what? Yeah, I'm glad you got a nice house, but don't you think that's going to be kind of expensive? I mean, didn't you start working? Do you realize how long your mortgage payments is going to be? Why are you shading my success? Can't you just simply say, I'm happy for you and just mean it? Goddamn, move on. You ain't got to remind me of how expensive it's going to be. Hell, I know that. I'm the one who signed the goddamn paperwork with the realtor. I know that. It's the little shit that you let slide that's going to cost you in the long run. And I can say from personal experience, it happened to me. I let a lot of small disrespect slide and it manifested into big disrespect. When a female is inconsiderate to you, telling you she's going to be somewhere at a certain time and she don't show up, you let it slide. That little disrespect, it's the little stuff that grows into big disrespect. Or you tell us something about your man, because y'all just being home. Yeah, undercover jokes. You telling us something about your man, because y'all talking, y'all supposed to be buddies, y'all friends, whatever. Girl, I don't know why Tony brought his behind in the house 2 a.m, but I'm gonna get his ass right together. Girl, if he come home 2 a.m, that's probably because he fucking somebody out there and this and that. She already putting shit in your head, you know what I'm saying? Before you even found out all the facts. Now here it is, you going home screaming on Tony, screaming on Mike, because this helping them put ideas in your head. Instead of her being logical and saying, well, hold on, sis, before you jump to conclusions, get all your facts first. I know you upset, I know you angry, but just sit back and think about it first before you jump the bridge. That's what a real woman would do. Real woman ain't going to try to get you all fired up the way you ready to fight and you ready, you know what I mean? That's not a real friend, not gonna do that. You know what I mean? She gonna have to help you think logically. You know what I mean? So that's just something you got to think about. You got to pay, like I said, pay attention to the undercover jokes, the undercover shade. Notice when you tell her good news, she's not really talking much about it. But when you tell her bad news, she's all over it. She has a lot of input. When you tell her Greg came home 3 a.m, she got a whole lot to say. When you let her know you got a new job promotion, she ain't hardly got nothing to say about it. I mean, really? Pay attention to that. It is the little things. Like I said, pay attention to the fact that her own family don't bubble with her. There's a reason for it. I've listened to women when they tell me and my mom ain't close, me and my sisters ain't close. Now, don't get me wrong. Sometimes you can be a good person, and sometimes family just don't mean you no good. You know what I mean? You got to take about discretion. But every time you turn around, she falling out with somebody. Her sister don't deal with her. Her mama don't deal with her. Her brothers don't deal with her. The people that's married into her family don't deal with her. All that is red flags. Yeah, they be wanting your man. All of that. Sitting up there listening to your problems like they concerned. Soon as you turn your back, they trying to screw your man. And if you got a man that's weak for the cookie, and sometimes a man ain't got to be weak. He ain't necessarily got to be a cheater. But you got some women out there that's very whorish, and they know how to put their claws into a man and play him on his weaknesses. Because let's face it, women, we got some weaknesses in some area. And some of these women can be very vindictive. That's why I don't play that. Oh, you could come sit. You ain't no woman come to my house unannounced. Ain't no woman. I don't even have female company like that sitting in my house. Not with my husband here. I don't play that shit. I don't know with nobody else. I don't play with temptation. Call it what you want to. Call it, oh, well, mocha. That mean you don't trust your man. I don't trust nothing. Sorry. Because every woman I swore it could never happen to her, guess what? It has happened to her. I would never think I'm that bad of a bitch to where I can't, okay? Because at the end of the day, we're all human beings. Even as a grown woman, I got to keep my temptation under control. I've had guys with money, good looking men try to hit on me, but at the end of the day, I know what I got at home. But let's just face it, men, they level of weaknesses is different from ours. And these females out here, they scandalous as hell. I don't play that. You're not going to come to my house unannounced. You're not going to sit in the living room and wait till I get off from work and keep my husband company. If so, I'm going to be catching the case. I'm going to definitely well in on him. Because for one, my husband already know how I am. Don't even try no bullshit like that with me. No female better be sitting up in my living room when I get here. It's as simple as that. Ain't no woman should be so comfortable to be around your man when you not there. If she's already that comfortable, then somewhere you fumbled, you dropped the ball as a woman. No woman should feel that comfortable. No girlfriend of yours should feel that comfortable when she's sitting around your man and you not there. I'm sorry. Especially if she's one of the miserable women, and miserable females have no filter. A woman that's already miserable and broken and down on her luck, she does not care how she sabotages your household at all. And it's that side chick syndrome. It's that appetizer syndrome. A lot of these females, they are already broken. So they don't mind being broken, more broken than what they already are. They're already broken. It's kind of like dealing with an inmate who has been sentenced to life in prison. You think he'd give a damn if he catch another goddamn charge in jail and in prison and he knows he's never getting out? He's not going to give a rat's ass. That's the way it is dealing with the broken black woman. She's already broken. She has nothing to lose by screwing and going to bed with other people's men. She already broken. She knows she's not about to get no husband no time soon. She don't give a damn about screwing other people's men. Now, is the man wrong? Absolutely. Is the man wrong? Yes. Am I condoning men? Am I saying that we should not hold these men accountable? Hell no, I'm not. But let's be real. We all are women up in here. If you really, we all know. Let's be frank. Let's be frank. Let's be frank. Let's cut the fakery. The majority of us as black women, we can fuck anybody's man. The majority of us can. As long as you halfway look good and your body is still halfway right. And these days, your body ain't even got to be right. You just got, you know when to catch a man at his weakest moment. Because as women, we know we hold the power to a certain degree when it comes to what we have between our legs. Let's not play with it. If I was that chick, I can screw my neighbor's husband if I really wanted to. Let's cut the bullshit. Because we don't have time. We're going in 2021. If I wanted to go to bed with somebody's husband, I can do that. Now, that don't mean I'm going to gain his respect. That don't mean he's going to wife me. He's going to marry me. Absolutely not. He may even ignore my ass the next day like we didn't even do anything. Because men could emotionally detach themselves. But what I'm saying is, women, we know just what the hell we be doing. It's just that the man has to not be spiritually weak to the point to where we can put him in a situation to where he's willing to compromise his marriage and his worth just for a 5 or 10-minute flame. But women, we know what we be doing. You know why you go around your friend's house and you wear that certain dress. You know why you be having certain conversations and certain stuff you got to pay attention to. First of all, no woman better not be discussing how much she wants some dick around my husband. There's little stuff like that that a lot of us as black women, we let slide. No woman should be discussing in the presence of your husband or your man how much pipe she needs. All of that is way out of pocket. First of all, I hear you talking like that around my man, I'm going to feel like you up to something. And if you got a female friend like that, you better abolish her ass. Like I said, it's that little stuff that you see nothing wrong with. I don't care how strong your man is. I don't care how much he love you. Don't play them type of games like that. Don't tempt him into being put in that type of situation. Is he a grown man? Is she be able to handle himself? Yes. But let's face it. For instance, if you are a mother, you have a child. You know if you take a child in a candy store around all that candy, you don't think that child gonna ask for some candy? Yes, I know he's a grown man. Yes, I know he should be able to contain himself. Yes, a grown man gonna do what he do, but you need to prevent that to a certain degree. Why encourage it? A female want to come to your house all the time and she's single, something wrong with that. But let me back it up now, because it ain't just these single women you got to be cautious of. Because it's not just them. You got these miserable ass married women who you got to watch around your man as well. The ones that are not doing grand with their husbands and they feel like you're doing great with yours because you and your husband still traveling. Y'all going places, y'all doing things together. You got to watch them too. I don't give a damn if she married. Guess what? I don't care if her husband is friends with your husband. You still got to watch them too. Yes, you do. Yes, ma'am. I don't care. You don't play with temptation. Don't entertain the devil. The devil comes in different forms. The devil just does not have to be single. The devil can be married. I knew a lady who was married and her husband was friends with another couple and she was banging the other couple husband and fell in love with the other woman husband. Now I think about it. He was not in love with her. He just loved the sex. Now that's another thing. That's another topic for another day. Women, and I'm gonna get graphic and go there. You have to know when a man is in love with you and when he's in love with your vagina. Okay, you got to know the difference. And you know we're gonna talk about that on my next upload. Does he love you or love your vagina? Oh yeah, we gonna get it in over there. Cause I'm tired of we gonna get it in over here. Cause I'm tired of black women being stuck on stupid. We don't have time for that. You gotta know if he's in love with you or if he's in lust with you. There's a difference. A man can moan and groan while he's in you and feel absolutely nothing while you are getting pressed in your feelings. You're falling in love after climax after climax. After every climax, you falling in love. He's falling in lust. Just because he can make your body shake like you having a seizure, that does not mean he's in love with you. We black women, we don't have time to play. Just because he calls your name in the middle of y'all sexual hiatus, it does not mean he's in love with you. Biggest sign, if a man can pull out of you and not even hold you after he has had his self into you, he's already getting up, getting dressed and washed, taking a shower with some Irish Spring soap. It's nothing there. Oh, a lot of y'all gonna be mad with me over here because I got so many topics that I'm gonna discuss with us. Y'all gonna be tired of me. Y'all gonna be ready for me to go. I'm gonna be one of those ones like, oh, I'm tired of Mocha. I'm sick of her. Yeah, y'all gonna get sick of me, honey. Because I'm not even playing with y'all no more. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of black women being stuck on stupid. So it's just a lot of games, we cannot afford to play. We cannot afford to play these games. We can't do it because it's costing us time, it's costing us energy, and it's costing us the peace of mind. And you wonder why, as black women, we walk around here so evil and hateful because you have allowed so much damage to happen to yourself, and you're angry with the world for everything you allowed to happen to you. A lot of us as black women, we hate everybody because we let everybody do what they wanted to do with us. We are the cost of our own downfall. You hate all black men because you don't let too many black men have their way with you. You hate all black women because you don't let too many black women, the wrong ones, get close to you. You done built the wrong friendship. You done built the wrong bonds with the wrong type of black women. I see the way a certain black woman carries herself. I'm not about to be friends with her. Now, I have given certain females a benefit of a doubt. I had one recently. Tried to give her a benefit of a doubt. But when I see her constantly doing dumb shit, now it's time for me to abolish the hoe. After abolish her ass, I told her, you are canceled as of 2020. And that's exactly what I said to her. I'm not even lying. That's what I told her. You got to go. I would not let a toxic ass broad have any vacancy in my life. Y'all play with it. I'm not going to. Once you show me your right hand, I'm not waiting for you to show me your left hand. I see one shady ass side of you. That's all I need to see. And I'm exiting the goddamn stage from these toxic ass sisters. I don't have time for it. I got a daughter to still raise. I have a husband to still support. I'm not dealing with these toxic ass females. Being around other toxic ass black women, it makes you toxic. What's up, sassy? She's your queen to be. Every time I see another black woman pop up in the chat room, I'm always saying that. Because I feel like we all can be queens if we mentally get our minds right and stop with the bullshit. Like I said, a lot of black women, we are toxic because you're hanging around other toxic ass black women. She discussing all her problems. Now it's making you feel down and weary. And that's why certain females, I don't talk to them. I will see certain females call my phone. I don't answer because I'm like, I don't need nobody bringing my spirit down. I don't want to hear Greg got locked up again last night. You been on Greg can't keep his ass out of jail. I refuse to keep dealing with females that got the same problem over, over. And you calling me like you want a damn new solution. And 9 times out of 10, they're not going to do nothing no different than what they've been doing. A lot of these females, they do not want a solution. They want sympathy. They don't want no solution. They don't want you telling them. Let me tell you something. Let's be honest. Black women will get mad at you if you tell them to leave a toxic ass dude. They will get offended if you tell them to leave they 𝓜𝓸𝓬𝓱𝓪'𝓼. Black women do not want to be told you need to leave him. You want to piss a black woman off? Piss off by telling her to leave her 𝓜𝓸𝓬𝓱𝓪'𝓼. She will not speak to your ass. She don't want to hear you. No black woman wants to be told they need to leave a toxic man. They ain't trying to hear it. She wants you to sympathize and empathize with her better boyfriend. I've had females who got mad with me because I would not encourage her to stay with a toxic ass dude. Exactly. I have learned to do that. And that's what I want. And that's basically what I want black women to start doing. We got to protect our energy, man. We don't have time for it. Let me tell you something. These brothers out here, y'all be hearing them on the content. They is not empathizing with us no more. And guess what? We cannot afford to empathize with each other anymore. I am not empathizing with a grown ass woman who don't have her shit together. I'm not doing it. Healing, this is what a lot of us as black women have to understand. Two, the biggest kryptonite for us as black women, we are trying more harder to protect the image we portray than protecting our well-being. I've seen black women who will go out there and buy shit they can't afford just because that's their way of protecting their own damn ego. Hold on, y'all. I'm gonna answer this real. Yeah, y'all, that was the hubby. Had to answer that. I want to talk about, and I'm also discuss that too. As black women, we're trying to protect our image, and you're struggling. A lot of y'all getting shit you can't afford because you want to prove to your baby daddy that you something without him. Or you want to prove to your fake ass girlfriends that are struggling like you that you can afford what they can't afford. Or you want to prove to your family who felt like you was a zero, who felt like you would never amount to nothing. You want to prove to your aunts, your sisters, your female cousins that you are doing great. Black women have become so addicted to image to where it has made us miserable because you doing shit you can't afford to do. And you're wondering why you're miserable. A lot of misery comes from black women. We're too busy trying to preserve an image that we cannot keep up. You sat up there and got that car, got that house you can't afford because you have a point to prove to people out there who you think perceive you as a failure. Or you're trying to prove a point to other black men that you're so goddamn independent, but you're struggling paying for that 2020 Toyota Camry. Or you want to prove to your ex who done moved on, done got remarried, whatever. You want to prove to him that you are better off without him. Black women, we are constantly trying to prove a goddamn point. Proving a point has costed us our peace, has cost us our sanity, and it's made us miserable. It's made us evil. I would be evil and miserable as hell if I'm in so much goddamn debt that I can't see if I'm coming and going. Or we got so much responsibilities that we have created for ourselves. We're angry with people who won't help us lighten the load. You got 5, 6 kids. You mad with all the baby daddies because none of them won't step up. Guess what? You already knew. You know how some of these dudes out here rock. You know how some of these dudes out here operate. You put yourself in that situation for whatever reason because you had a hidden motive. And now you're mad because the outcome did not turn out the way you had planned to mind. That's why you got to be careful with the decisions that you make because you do stuff one way, but it could come out totally different from what you had planned. You did this for one reason, but now everything is not, it's coming back to backfire and you're angry. A lot of us as Black women have made some selfish ass decisions and we are paying a price. And that is why we are angry and vindictive. And we have all this displaced anger because we are angry with the decisions we made and we are stuck with those damn decisions we made and we can't change it. But instead of you admitting to yourself, let me tell you something. What a lot of Black women don't understand, we could have been healed long time ago if we would have taken accountability. That's where healing comes from. Healing doesn't come from getting your nails done. Healing doesn't come from buying a new outfit so you can go to the club and ladies getting free drinks half off. That's temporary gratification. We need some real deep spiritual healing and cleansing. Healing doesn't come from having a dude to come to your house 3, 4 in the morning to bang your back out. That's temporary gratification. It will only make you feel good for the moment. But when he climbs up off of you, you're gonna still feel empty. Yes, you bust a nut here and there, but you still feel empty. Why you still feel worthless after this man had climbed off of you after 20 minutes of giving him pleasure? Been there, done that. A man can feel you, and I'm gonna say this literally. Y'all already know where I'm going with this. I ain't got to give the detail. A man can fill you up and you still feel empty. Y'all ain't ready. Y'all ain't ready. Truth is like nasty medicine. It's nasty, but it's healthy for you. A lot of Black women are full but empty. Hello. You're full of all kind of men in you, but you empty. What are you getting in return? Besides creating more children, creating another bill. And guess what? The advantage men got that we don't have. When a man gets tired of shit, he can walk. When a man done had enough, he can walk. A man can say, I'm tired of this shit. He can walk. A man can say, I'm not cut out for this. I don't want this no more. He can walk. But what can we do? What can we do? And you know what? That's the reason why a lot of Black women are in pain because We can't walk. Even when we're tired, we can't walk. Even when we don't had enough, we can't walk. Even when we just need a 5-minute break for ourselves, we can't walk. I remember I had to talk with my father one time, and I remember I lent somebody some money, and that person was supposed to pay me back that money, and they didn't. And I remember I called my father about it. I was like, Dad, I lent this person X amount of money, and they told me they was going to pay me back, and I never got it back. You know what my father said to me? And that stuck with me to this day. He said, daughter, never give what you can't afford to lose. If you got to look for it back, that already was a sign that you couldn't afford to give it away in the first place. Only give what you don't expect back. Black women, we have given out more than we could afford. That's why a lot of y'all are angry. You have produced children for men who never displayed love for you, who never displayed real affection, but yet you've given them a gift that a lot of them haven't deserved. You made these men fathers who already got multiple children for multiple other women, who haven't even showed you they were husband material before you gave them the privilege of a child. Whose fault is that? Ours. You gave him something you could not afford for him to cheat you on. Not even women who got children, women who have invested a lot of time into a man who's made it clear he's never going to marry you. He's never going to make things more than what they are. And you're still sitting and hoping and waiting that if you be ride or die and you hang on no matter what, eventually he's going to give in, only to find out that he's not going to do no more than what he's doing because he knows you are just that desperate that you're willing to hang on no matter what. And this is the reason why. This is the reason why we got the toxic sisterhood as Black women that are biting off more than they could chew. If you know you are in debt, honey, you need to change your materialistic lifestyle. Stop buying things you can't afford. And the reason why I realize as Black women, we are one of the highest consumers when it comes to designer labels is because that is our way of compensating for pain. Black women, we shop through pain. Well, women in general shop through pain. But we are the biggest consumers. We're the ones out there buying all that rent center furniture. We're the ones out there that are spending $300-400 on weave to make to make ourselves more appealing to men who still don't really find some of us that attractive or even worth investing in. Women, we have learned to compensate through a materialistic lifestyle that we really can't afford. So this is just definitely, I'm definitely, we're going to be discussing a lot more. I know I've been neglecting my Mocha's Ladies Lounge channel, but trust and believe, we are going to be discussing a whole lot because we can't go into 2021 still be stuck on stupid. But it's time for us to stop blaming Black men, stop blaming the way we were raised, our upbringing. It's time for us to stop doing that. Now, before I get ready to shut things down, I want to talk about the situation with Yaya Mayweather, Floyd Mayweather's daughter, who's expecting, she's going to be having a boy from NBA YoungBoy. She's going to be having a boy. from him. And if y'all been keeping up with the story, this young man has a reputation of being very egotistical. He's a sexist. He's very disrespectful. He's definitely one of those young men you would not want your daughters to get pregnant by. He is this millionaire rapper, but he's very cocky, and he has a lot of issues, unfortunately. And now she's expecting from him. And this young man has already taken her through a lot of disrespect, and she decided to get pregnant from him. Just in April of 2020, NBA young boy had one of his baby mamas to his house, who he was dealing with, I guess having sex with or whatever. And she found out about it. She went over there, got into a physical altercation with the young lady. She stabbed the young lady. We haven't heard nothing else about it. And 9 times out of 10, her rich daddy, he probably paid her off, because we didn't hear nothing else about it. We didn't hear it go through courts anymore. We didn't hear it go to the judge. We didn't hear nothing else about it. So Floyd Mayweather, he probably paid for his daughter's mistake. And if he did, that's shame on him, millionaire or not. There are some things you have to allow your children to go through, because you create monsters. This young lady is going to end up in a situation that his money cannot get him out of, cannot get her out of. And this is why she's a mother now. Okay. And for all of the women out there, if you have daughters, this is the reason why you need to talk to your daughters, because I do blame Floyd Mayweather 10%, because by him being a black man, he knows how these black men out here are. I don't know if he coached his daughter. At the same time, most of it is on her though, because she's 20 years old. She's a grown ass woman. And the way she carries herself, really looking at it, I don't think Floyd, it wouldn't have made a difference. There would have for her, not to her anyway. You can just tell she's one of those young black women. She's very rebellious. And where Floyd Mayweather did go wrong, he probably was one of those women. One of those men gave his children everything. He came up struggling. He came up with poverty. So most black parents, when we become successful, we try to get our children the best of everything. But it's a blessing, but it's also a curse. Sometimes when you give them too much, now they feel like they can fuck off, and no matter what they do wrong, you're going to pay for it. You're going to bail them out. You're going to, help them with their situation. And that is unfortunately the monster that you create. So you have to be very, very careful with that. And I think that's what he did. I think he gave his daughter everything. So she didn't feel like she had to think twice. When you teach your children to struggle, they got to think twice. Like I done told my daughter, I said, look here, you can't afford to keep going to jail. Mom and daddy, we ain't got no money. You go to jail, you're going to sit in there for a minute. We don't have it like that. Children need to know that, their parents are in the struggle, because they need to know if they make bad choices, you're not going to have it like other children. Yeah, their mom and daddy was able to bond them out of jail. We can't do it. Like my daughter had got a little accident with her vehicle, whatever, and we told her she got to pay for that. She got to pay the rest of the deductible that the insurance can't cover. That's her car. That's her responsibility. You was not paying attention when you was on the road. Not you're being distracted driver, not paying attention. You hit the back of somebody and messed up the front of your car. Guess what? You got to pay for that. And she's been doing it. She's not complaining or anything, because we told her up front it's about being accountable. And I think that's something that a lot of black men and black women need to do. They need to start holding themselves accountable. Teach your children to hold themselves accountable. Now, this young lady, she's having a child from a better breeder, who evidently already has 3, 4 other baby mamas. Yeah, and that's exactly, I noticed, unfortunately, with our young black women today, that's how they learn. They learn their lesson by becoming another single baby mama. They don't learn any other way. But hopefully, what I'm hoping, Cicely, hopefully she will give herself time to learn the struggle, how serious it is with this one, before she gets pregnant again. Because some of these young black women, where they make a mistake at is they will get pregnant again before they could adjust to the first one. And here it is. Now they realize it's too much with 2 of them. Hopefully she don't get the next one so quick that by the time she finds out, it's too late. Because these young black women today, they have wombs like vacuum, like dirt devil vacuum cleaner, sucks up anything. So Hopefully, she don't have a second child before she finds out how hard it's going to be with this one. Because millionaire or not, 9 times out of 10, she's not going to feel too much of the struggle like the average black female would, because her daddy's going to have a nanny. She could afford nannies. So she's still going to be able to party. She's still going to be able to run the streets. But where her heartbreak is going to be at, where her daddy's money is not going to comfort her, her heartbreak is going to be is when she finds out after she has this baby, she's still going to be treated as another baby mama. That's the part that her daddy's money is not going to be able to comfort her from. She's going to find out, yeah, you NBA young boy, you another baby mama, but guess what? He's still not going to marry you. He's still not going to wife you. He's still not going to give you that American dream that you was hoping for. You're not going to get that. He's still going to have other females on you. You're not going to be the only baby mama. There's going to be other children to come. That's where her heartbreak going to come at. Because that's the part her daddy money not going to be able to fix for her. He is not going to treat you any different. He's not going to love you anymore. He's not going to put a ring on your finger. He's not going to give you that dream wedding. Because come on, y'all, we've all been there. We want the big old dream wedding. We want the big old, mansion. He ain't going to give her none of that. You just going to get another check. And money ain't nothing for her because her daddy been giving her that. So that's not going to make her but so happy. And a lot of these men, these young men, they don't mind paying child support if that's going to get the burden off of them. Sister says, I had my son at 16 years old, and my mother made sure that I struggled until this day. 15 years later, I have no children but 2 stepchildren. Absolutely. Because you were given that reality check from a young age. Like me, I only have one daughter. And it came from the fact that I had to help my mom raise my siblings. I had to keep my siblings all the time. It was 4 of them. So, having to constantly keep my brothers and sisters, that made me not want to have any. Because I realized how hard it was, just being a sister, let alone a mother. So I'm like, you know what? I'm not even about to take myself through that. So some of us have been fortunate where our parents shared the struggle or they allowed us to struggle. Because I guarantee you, if your mom would have kept keeping that baby for you at 16 years old, you would have about 3 or 4 of them now. But fortunately, you had an old school mom. And that's where a lot of us been blessed. We had them old school mothers. These new school mothers, they keep all their grandkids, and you wonder why they can't go out of town. They can't travel. They can't live their golden years because they still got to raise grandchildren. You sit up there, you enable your daughters, you keep their kids for them, not so they can work, not so they can go to college, but so they can go to the club. Or they can go to spend a night in their baby daddy house. And you wonder why they turn around, they're coming back home pregnant every time. Because we have a lot of older black women out here that are enabling their young black daughters to continuously make bad decisions. We have a lot of that going on. We all know that everybody knows that's one sister. She's so happy to be a grandmother. She has 5, 6 grandchildren. I'm not saying you should hate your grandchildren or you should be ashamed, but I'm like, damn, why are you encouraging your daughters to go out there and to keep making these bad decisions to where they can't have a life? And guess what? If your daughters can't have a life, 9 times out of 10, you're not going to be able to have one. And I always say this, a lot of people don't believe it. If you're not a good parent, you're going to become a grandparent. Bad parents always end up becoming grandparents. And I don't mean it's bad to become a grandparent if your child is grown and they out your house, they married, that's different. She got her own place to stay. She ain't staying with you and getting child support and collecting food stamps. She got her own place with her baby daddy, or she's raising her child on her own. That's different. I'm talking about these grown females that still have to live off of you. You still got to take care of them and help keep your grandchildren. I know a woman now, when I know female now, when she was in her 30s and 40s, she ain't gave a damn. She ran the streets and left her kids every chance she could. She left her kids off on the in-laws, left her kids off, dropped them off on any and everybody. Now she's a grandmother of 5. And guess what? She can't escape her grown kids now. But when they was younger, that should have been the time she should have been keeping her foot in their ass and making sure they wasn't out there doing all kind of stuff. But this is what happens. You have a lot of these mothers that have this, I'ma do me, I'ma do me, I'ma live my best life, I'ma go where I want to go, I'ma do what I want to do. Okay, keep doing that. You constantly leaving your house, leaving your children home by themselves. You think they ain't sneaking boys in the house. You think boys ain't climbing through the windows all time of night while you in the club, and you wonder why your teenage daughter ends up pregnant. A lot of this comes from the fact that you have a lot of these older black women who be doing them. They do not try to school or talk to their daughters or prepare them for nothing. You are doing you. And when you are the type of mother that likes to do you, guess what? You will become a grandmother. Way before you even get in your 50s. You will become a grandmother. Your life is tied down because you got to help your children raise their children. Instead of you helping your daughters to better themselves, to become independent, to get good jobs, that way you have the joy of witnessing your daughter be successful. The joy as a black woman is helping your daughters to become a successful black woman. That is the joy. I don't know about y'all. I wouldn't get no joy out of seeing my daughter around here pregnant and she on her 5th kid. And we got 3 and 4 little ones running around here. I don't see the pleasure in that. I don't see the joy in that. And I'm not saying that you shouldn't love your grandchildren, but damn. You want to see her just growing her life. As black women, we know how these dudes are out here. As a black woman, you know what you've gone through with black men. And you okay with your daughters going around here getting knocked up from these better ass dudes? And I'm not talking about all black men. I'm talking about these better male breeders, these serial breeders that are breeding multiple children from multiple females. Or, this could be his first child, but he's a bum. Let's face it, when you are a young woman, you do not know the qualities to look for in a baby daddy. That's why it's important that you don't have children till you at least damn near in your late 20s or your early 30s, because you need to be out here in this world long enough to know what to look for. 18, 19-year-old, 13-year-old get pregnant, she's doomed because she didn't know what qualities to look for. All she looked at was, I love him, or he's cute, my baby's gonna have curly hair, or my baby's gonna have light skin. Y'all know how we used to think when we was young. Now come on, when you young and dumb, you won't think dumb shit like that. So as an older black woman, you should be trying to protect your young black women. I know that's dumb shit I've done when I was young. And I had to school my daughter and prepare her for the game. Because I've been game. As a black woman, all the stuff that we go through is supposed to help us to be able to use it as knowledge to pass down to the next generation. You don't go through hell and back just to let it happen again. You go through hell and back so you can teach your daughters, you can teach your nieces coming up. Don't do what I did. I was stuck on stupid. I thought every guy that liked me, I had to give him some. I thought that every guy that I was attracted to, I had to go to bed with him to prove to him that I really liked him. You got to prepare these young women for the game, or else it becomes a revolving door. And that's what's going on. Black women are not coaching these young black females how to protect themselves from becoming another statistic. And it's like a repeating, revolving door. There's so much hood ratchet recidivism within the black community. Because black women, we got too much pride that we fucked up or we done something dumb. We have too much pride. So when you have pride and you can't admit to your failures, how can you pass down your failures to other young black women so they don't repeat the same mistakes? Use your failures as a teaching method to teach black women, young black women that's coming up under you, not to fall into your footsteps. A lot of young black women will not be going through what they're going through if older black women will stop lying and start making their struggle sound good to their young black daughters. Y'all up here coaching these young black women. It's okay if you don't pay no money for your kids. You can file child support.
That's not what you should have been telling your daughter. You should have been telling your daughter from day one, no, don't get knocked up by this dude. So you don't have to look for child support. That's what we should be telling these black women out here. But no, you're up there telling them how they can get food stamps, how they can get welfare, how they can get child support. But you are not telling them how to prevent themselves from ever even needing this shit to begin with. I don't know about you, but as a black woman, I'm not going to be happy with my daughter just getting food stamps and welfare and waiting on child support. I want her to have her own shit, her own car, her own career. I want her to be successful. And so far, she's in that direction. My daughter's only 19. She's a juvenile correctional officer. And she bought her first car without my help, without our help. She paid for it out of her pocket. She's already striving for greatness, and it's not to brag because my daughter could may have made her share of mistakes, and she just go left. We never know how life has in store, but at least I can say if she went left today, that I did everything I could as a black mother to teach her not to fall in that entrapment of the thought culture. So as black women, we have to do better. Use your failures. Use your failures as knowledge. Pass it on to these young black women so they do not become another statistic. These same black women is the reason why these male content creators are going in so heavy on black females is because we're not teaching them anything. We're not using our failure to help them increase their knowledge. So anyway, y'all, I'm gonna get ready to shut it down. I am gonna be doing way more content, so make sure y'all pass the word if y'all haven't. Please share this content with other black women. This is our own space. This is our own sector. I really, really think this is a good start for us as black women. We do not need a space where we're going to be bashing black men. We do not need a space where we're going to be talking harshly about other black female content creators. This is not the space for that. This is going to be the space for black women to start coming to self-realization. We have to identify with self. We have to start promoting growth. We have to start promoting progress. We need to start, getting into a better place. With how we need to elevate ourselves because I'm just tired of black women that are being stuck on stupid. I'm tired of black women that are making excuses. I'm tired of black women that are going places that are not really helping them to build, that are not really developing them. Like I said, got a lot of content creators on here. They're going to enable, and it's not just black men that are speaking against it, but I'm hearing black women enable other black women to keep making bad decisions. Oh, you ain't got to be married. Oh, it's okay to be a single mother. It's okay, the date outside your race. Okay, you telling black women all of this stuff, but you're not telling them how we can prevent from putting ourselves in unhealthy situations. Why do we only want to school each other after damage is done? Why do we want to tell somebody how you can be a single mother versus telling them how to prevent being a single mother in the first place? Why do we want to tell somebody the avoid black the stay away from black men when you have not told them what they can do to better themselves to where they can attract certain type of black men and not be put themselves in a category of attracting the wrong ones? Why are we not being proactive? That is my problem. We want to give all this advice and all of this, these life lessons for shit that could be avoided. And it's not enough sisters that speaking on stuff that need to be avoided. We got all these not proactive but reactive. We want to wait till damage is done.
Now we got all the answers. Exactly. A lot of women enjoying the next women's struggles. Girl, let me tell y'all something.
Y'all gave me a lot of ideas in here. I'm going to talk on that too, sister. So you actually brought up a very good point. I'm definitely going to talk about black women who are enjoying other black women's struggle. You have to be careful who you allow in your ear gate because you got black women up here that are encouraging you to make fuckery decisions. Because again, misery likes company. A lot of people don't want to be in a struggle by themselves. They want other black women to make poor choices like them. You got to be careful who you allow in your ear gate. If somebody's supporting the struggle Girl, it's okay to be a single mom. Girl, it's okay to be, to have multiple baby daddies. You can still be a strong black woman. You still a queen. That is just setting us up for failure. You have to know when a black woman wants to see you win, and you gotta know when other black women want to see you fail. I, for one, I want to see my sisters win. I'm not trying to encourage no fuckery. I'm over it. It's time for women. We need to do better than what we're doing. So if you want fuckery, you want somebody to co-sign your struggle to make your struggle seem okay, then you know where to go. You got plenty of sisters that's going to support the struggle. So anyway, y'all, I appreciate y'all for hanging out. I appreciate y'all for being very active and giving me a lot of positive input. Trust and believe I'm going to use a lot of that advice y'all gave me in this chat. So I appreciate it. A lot of content creators won't say, but believe it or not, we learn a lot from our subscribers. Y'all give us a lot of ideas, and y'all really, helping us come up with all kind of things that we really don't be thinking about. So I'm very grateful. Like I said, it's only 2 or 3 subscribers that's been really kind of popping up to live streams, but I'm okay with that. I know we all got to crawl before we can walk, and I'd rather have 2 3 dedicated ones than to have 25 30 inconsistent ones. So I'm grateful for my team, no matter how big, no matter how small. I definitely appreciate it. So if y'all haven't already, please make sure y'all share this. There's other sisters out there who need this kind of content. They don't have mothers that they're close to. They don't have sisters. They don't have girlfriends. So it's important that we give the message out there to black women that are struggling and who don't have that support team. That was the purpose of this Mocha's Lounge. And I'm going to be doing a call-in show on my Mocha's Ladies Lounge. I'm more comfortable doing it here than I am on my other channel because, like I said, I don't mind, collaborating with other sisters and stuff. And I'm definitely, like I said, most likely we're going to be back sometime tomorrow night. I'm going to get with Ruby and Kale's to see when would be a good time for us to be able to get together, because I believe we are overdue for a live panel where we can actually get different women's intakes, and these are women that are very classy, and these are women that have really good knowledge that I love bringing on my panel. I know they're going to definitely be dropping some jewels, and that's definitely what we need. So anyway, y'all, I appreciate y'all for hanging out with me. Again, it's your Diva and Knowledge, Lady Mocha. Again, welcome to Mocha's Ladies Lounge. You ladies have a blessed day, and make sure you hit that notification bell so you will be up to date on all of my content. Y'all have a blessed one. Take care. Bye.